I went through this whole world wide web looking for what are some tips and tricks that I can share with the people who are going to be applying for the Rhodes Scholarship. What is it that they should know? What is it that can make them get this Rhodes Scholarship? And I came up with a few things from my research. Your first time on this channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Do well to hit that subscribe icon, because trust me, the videos that I bring on this channel, it is going to be worth your time. Trust me. So just hit that subscribe icon. Trust me first, and then see if you can believe me later on. And for all subscribers, thank you all so much for stopping by. Let me know in the comment section first, where are you watching this from? I would like to know where you all are watching this from, because that is important to me. Or if you just want to say hi. Hi Sylvie, how are you doing? That's a nice thing to say, right? So stop, say hi in the comment section, and now let's get right into it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Sylvie, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you all about the Rhodes Scholarship. The Rhodes Scholarship. I know that some of you are probably applying for the Rhodes Scholarship and you're like, Black Lives Matter. I understand that there is a controversial history with reference to the founder of the Rhodes Scholarship, Cecil Rhodes. But if you just check the website, they say that they pride themselves not on the history of their founder, but on the quality of the scholar. So let's get into the Rhodes Scholarship today. This is a fully funded postgraduate scholarships for international students to go study in the UK. So in this video, what we are going to be doing is we are going to look at the website of the scholarship, because that is where you are going to start from. I don't need to tell you all about the application procedure. On the website, you're going to find it. And also, you all are already smart enough to know that when you're on the website, there is a how to apply. You go there, it takes you to the process. What we are going to be doing in this video rather is we are going to be looking at my theory about getting scholarships. Before I explain to you all my theory, let me tell you all that in 2014 I received the MEX scholarship. In 2016 I was the third runner up for the Mandela Washington Fellowship. In 2018, I received the Yala Scholarship, and in 2021, I received the Clinton Global Initiative Fellowship. So I have tested my way through this world of scholarships, and I think that in order to get a good idea of either preparing to get a scholarship or applying for a scholarship is to look through the past scholars. What is it about the scholars that made them stand out, such that if you are a high school student, you can start working your way towards prepping yourself for that. If you are a bachelor student, you can start working your way prepping yourself for that. Or if you're already a master student, you can still work your way and prep yourself to be like these other scholars. So I believe in looking through the previous scholars. In the second part of this video, I'm going to take you all through a LinkedIn exploration of the various, I just picked up 4 Rhodes Scholars. There are so many of them, but I wanted to see what is it about the scholars that make them different, and what can you learn from it? What can we all learn from it in order to prepare ourselves when we are going to be applying for these scholarships? Or if we're going to have to prepare our CV, what are the things that we should make sure that it reflects in our CV? So that is what we are going to do in the second part of this video. In the third part of this video, I am going to be looking at I went through the nooks and crannies of the internet, just searching for what are some things that the Rhodes scholarship providers are really looking for in their scholars. So I just did an exploration. I have my notes here, lots of them. So we are going to be going through them, and we are going to be talking through how can you prepare yourself to be a Rhodes Scholar. It's a fully... Okay, so here we are on the website of the Rhodes Scholarship. As you can see, it talks about the Rhodes Trust, about the legacy and the impact, the scholarships, scholars and volunteers. This is where you should be at. I'm going to put the link to this in the description box below. So it's okay, you're going to find it there. Click on the link, it takes you to the website. So this is what it looks like, the Rhodes Scholarship. What is the Rhodes Scholarship? They explain about it. And then what does it cover? It's a fully funded scholarship. And then the history of it, this is where they talk about the controversy of the founder of the scholarship, Cecil Rhodes. So you want to be here on this website. If you are not here, you are on the wrong place, okay? You are on the wrong place. Now let us get to who are those that have received the scholarship and What is it that we can learn from this particular scholarship grantees? Let's look at the first scholar. The first scholar, by the way, these are LinkedIn profiles. This is public information, so I'm not impinging on anyone's private rights. This is public information. So let's look at this first scholar. His name is Liam Elkin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, I'm sorry. He is a co-founder and CEO of Invisible Hands, and he's an incoming Rhodes Scholar. Incoming, which means that he hasn't started yet. This is a recent grantee of the Rhodes Scholarship. And as I told you all already, one thing that I want to do is I want to bring you all recent grantees of these scholarships, because it tells you that this is still where the providers, the scholarship providers' mind is at. If it is several years later, we can say that things have changed. For example, when I was doing a lot of research for this particular video, I found out that a long time ago, with the Rhodes Scholarship, they were looking for people who were like good in the sports. So if you were doing some physical activity in school, if those were the things that they will actually grant you a scholarship because you were good at sports. But over the years, things have changed. So the timing also matters. That's why I'm bringing you all recent scholars. So here we are looking at Liam Elkin, who is the co-founder and CEO of Invisible Hands. What is the first thing that tells you? Co-founder, CEO. He is doing some things outside of his regular studies. He's not just focused on school. He's doing things outside of studies. What are you doing outside of your studies? What are you doing? Ask yourself that question. And then let's read a bit about him. He says, I'm a recent Yale graduate and incoming Rhodes Scholar at Oxford. Alongside two friends, I recently co-founded Invisible Hands, a non-profit delivering groceries, prescriptions, and other necessities for free to those most at risk during this crisis, including the elderly, immunocompromised, sick, disabled. We've recruited thousands of volunteers, delivered thousands of meals to families in need, and are expanding our services to probably New Jersey and PA is what? Pennsylvania? Philadelphia? Pennsylvania, I think. Probably Pennsylvania. I do not know. It is something. You should research that. That's not the goal of this video. Anyhow, what this teaches us is that as a Rhodes, if you are thinking about applying for the Rhodes Scholarship, you should be doing something outside of your studies. Be somebody who is doing some things. See, this is someone helping people, going around, collecting food, recruiting people, putting them together, and they are going towards a worthy cause. This is what they are looking for in their scholars. If you're going to be prepping for it, make sure that you're doing something like that, because that is important. Make sure you're doing something like that. So now we go through, we look at his profile: experience, volunteer, co-founder, CEO, and then elections coordinator, that is outside of school, a fellowship, that he got another fellowship, summer intern, that he went to Yale, and then high school. So there is really not much that he has done in terms of academia, because he is still like just finished Yale, right? So he's still starting his post-grad. But you see that as he has not done much in terms of academics apart from his bachelor's and then now getting, but he's done something outside of school that is outstanding enough for them to grant him the Rhodes Scholarship. That is what we have learned from this scholar. Let us move to the next scholar. This person is Dr. Toluwa Lase Awoyemi. Nigerians, please forgive me, okay? Do not come for my head, because I know that I pronounced that name wrongly. Toluwa Lase Awoyemi. Y'all teach me, how do I pronounce this? I know that there are so many people watching this video from Nigeria. What is the correct pronunciation? And I know y'all get sensitive about how your names are pronounced. I have met in Nigeria who is like, this is how it is pronounced. You don't pronounce it correctly, we have a problem. So let me know in the comment section, Nigerians, before you bring out the knives to cut my neck into pieces. How do you pronounce this name, okay? Y'all are seeing the name. Let me know how it's pronounced, all right? So he's a doctor, medical doctor, molecular biologist. Oh, wow, that's amazing. And then these are some information about him. I'm always interested in reading the about section when I go to LinkedIn and I'm looking for specific scholars, I'm always interested in reading about them. So let's look at it. He says 2020 finalist African Youth Awards, 2020 Africa 35 under under 35, 2020 Oxford BLM 100, 2020 UK Rare Rising Star, 2020 Black Heart Scholar, 2019 Oxford Moreland Nigeria Graduate Scholar, 2018 Rhodes Scholar, 2017 co-founder of Galleon Initiative, also medical doctor, 2016 multi-award winner of UI Best Personal Statement and CV Analyst, serial medical volunteer. We do not have a chance, you guys. Do you see this scholar's resume? Words, back to back. But there's something that I want to point out here. He mentions that he was 2018 Rhodes Scholar. So he's a bit dated. So 2018 Rhodes Scholar. But let's look at what happened before 2018. Before 2018, he receives the 2017, he was the co-founder of the Galleon Initiative. All right, so probably I'm not too sure what the initiative is about, but you see that before he receives his Rhodes Scholarship in 2018, and in 2017 he starts this project called the Galleon Initiative. What does that tell us? In that previous scholar, we saw that he started a program to donate food to those that are at risk, people at risk. And then this person, 2017, he's the founder of the Galleon Initiative. And then in 2018, he gets the Rhodes Scholarship. What is the trick? You all go and start something. Whether you're going to start an initiative to be cleaning your streets in your city, start it. Whether you're going to start an initiative to be going to different hospitals and providing medical care and volunteering to clean stuff, do it. Whether you're going to be helping take mothers to the farms, doing public transportation routes, do it. Whatever it is that you can do something. Because you see that we have seen two scholars that just before the year before they got their Rhodes Scholarship, they started an initiative, a volunteering initiative, something that was helping people, and that is how they got to their Rhodes Scholarship. That is what we are learning. Start something. Start something, you guys. Start something. Let's go to the next person. This is Devashish Basnet. He's a 2022 Rhodes Scholar elect. So he's still coming in. He's not as dated as the previous doctor that we saw. He's incoming. And as I said, I always like to read the about section of a person. And when I look through, he doesn't have information in his about section, but there is something that I saw in his profile that I was like, okay. So let's scroll right down. We scroll here. You see he was the executive office and research intern at Migration Policy Institute. Hey, I am a migration policy researcher. Harvard, what's up? I have a YouTube channel where I tell students about how they can get to study abroad. Does that count as an initiative that I can get into Harvard? Oh wow, I don't know. Research assistant at Dr. Michael Ignatieff. I should stop mispronouncing people's names, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Legal Services Intern, National Strategy and Action Steering Committee Fellow, Research Assistant. Then he's gone to Hunter College for his bachelor's. Then now he's going to Oxford for his master's. So academically, he hasn't done so much. He's volunteered, yeah. But one thing that I saw in his profile, Project Nepal. In 2018 till present, he starts a project called Project Nepal. And this is a project launched international outreach program in Long Island, that's in the US, in which students from the US were paired with underprivileged youth in a Nepalese village school. And they had the opportunity to sponsor one of the students and develop a pen pal relationship. What does that tell you? If you want to be a Rhodes Scholar, you need to take initiative to do something. For some people, they are CEOs, co-founders of different initiatives. For some people, they're just specific nice projects. How nice is this? He links students in Long Island with students in Nepal, and they become pen pals. And as they become pen pals, they are able to sponsor one student in a rural village in Nepal. That's amazing. Amazing. I'll give him the scholarship. If I'm in the selection panel, I will give him. So when put yourself in the position of when somebody looks through your profile, your CV, what is it that is going to stand out, where someone is going to be like, whoa, we need to give this person a scholarship. What is that going to be? That is important. That is important. So make sure that you have that. You have it, because that is what is going to count. And then the last profile that we are going to be looking at is Elena Frugameni. And I was so interested when I saw her profile, because she says, I'm an incoming graduate student at Oxford University and a Rhodes Scholar elect, so she's still going in. I'm currently a senior at Mount Holyoke College, studying politics and French with a special minor in journalism, media, and public discourse. I'm passionate about the connections between the global and the local, and dream of working within government systems to lift up communities. And then now you see Rhodes Scholar elect, college, politics department, international relations research assistant, all students do that, video and multimedia assistant, chief operating officer, U.S. Embassy Paris, Africa, regional services. She was a foreign service fellow, operations employee, and then Mount Holyoke College, and then Smith College. And then honors and awards, she's received a couple of awards, and that's it. And I when I saw it, I was asking myself, okay, this is interesting. This is an incoming Rhodes Scholar. I don't know if there is something else that she did in her application that made her stand out. But when I look at it, in my brain, I'm like, this sounds like it sounds like me and you haven't done much. How were you selected? For the others, you can see the reason why this person is like, blows your mind. Whoa, there is COVID. Somebody starts an initiative to bring food to at-risk people and medications to immunocompromised, gathers many people. You're like, whoa, okay, that's interesting. And then the next one, you see somebody who starts an initiative to help sponsor some kids in a small village in Nepal. You're like, whoa. Then the other one, you see somebody who starts a different initiative. Then you read the next profile and you're like, what am I missing here? Maybe she does something that is not stated in her LinkedIn profile. People tend to put some kind of initiatives that they do or whatever it is, because LinkedIn is like an open CV, right? People tend to put those things there. So when I looked at it and I didn't see it, I was like, does this mean there is hope for somebody who has not done much? Does this mean there is hope for them? I do not know. But when I look through the profile, I'm just like, the math is not mathing on this one. That's all I have to say. The math is not mathing, you guys. The math is not. I went through this whole World Wide Web looking for, what are some tips and tricks that I can share with the people who are going to be applying for the Rhodes Scholarship? What is it that they should know? What is it that can make them get this Rhodes Scholarship? And I came up with a few things from my research. This is why you should subscribe to this channel. And tell me, is this helping you all, you guys? Is this helping you? Let me know in the comment section. Are you all getting any value from these videos that I'm doing? Mostly looking at how you should see yourself prepping for the scholarships or applying for the scholarships. I hope it's providing you all some value. Let me know in the comment section. All right, so I dug through and I found a very interesting information about it. They said that the Rhodes Scholarship is looking for prospective leaders, not just scholars. You need to be somebody who has a chance, or not a chance, but has this leadership already showing in your future. Things about leadership showing in your plan in life. You need to be a leader. And when they see that they are looking for these prospective leaders, they pick you out of the crowd. Someone starts an initiative. Oh, somebody is a CEO. Oh, somebody starts something. Oh, and then we meet that person who did not do anything. Who we don't know that did anything before anyone comes and kills me. But you see, you need to be a prospective leader. They are not looking just for scholars. They are looking for leaders, okay? That's the first thing that we see about them. And then there was this very interesting thing that I saw online, which I think that it's another thing that they are looking for. It tells a lot about what they are looking for. It's the sense that, what is your story? Do you have a compelling story? I read online about a student who was standing next to someone that got shot, and that gave her PTSD. And because that person was shot just next to her, she decided to study something related to PTSD. And that is how she became a Rhodes Scholar, because of that story. What is your story? I also read about another story of a kid from an African country. This kid was in a civil war. His parents were killed, and he walked to the part of the country that never had war, saw himself through education, and then later on he got admitted into an Ivy League school, and later on when he applied for the Rhodes Scholarship, he was taken. Of course he will be taken. How would you not be moved by that kind of a story? A kid who walked his way out of a war and went and got himself somehow admitted. I'm sure this kid's story will make water come down of your eyes. But that is that kid's story. What is your story? Do not minimize your story, you guys, because your story is extremely important. And then you need they say recommendation letters. Your recommendation letters should be popping in its population. My friend always say that, oh, you're popping in your population. And I'm like, what does that even mean? I have no idea. But your recommendation letters, stay on the necks of your professors. Let them give you amazing recommendation letters. And you need to be out there helping people, you guys. You need to be out there helping people. Of course, academic excellence is extremely important. You need to be an academically excellent student. But all of those other things also matter. And also, you guys, it seems like the Rhodes Scholarship, because of the way it is structured, they are trying to provide it to people from different parts of the world. So if you come from a country like India, where there is like, how many of you? A billion of you all? Of course, the number of people who apply is extremely high. Your competition will be higher. But if you come from a country like in the Caribbean, where the population is not many people, probably your competition there is not going to be that high, right? So I think it's also a function of which country you come from and how the competition adds up there, okay? So I hope that you all were able to get some value out of this. I hope that you all go ahead and become Rhodes Scholars. Let me know in the comment section. First of all, I asked you all where you're watching this from. Do you have any questions? Put them there. I am going to be ready, willing, able to answer all of your questions. And also, is this helping you all? I hope that it is helping you all, because yes, I want to provide you all with information, but I also want to entertain you, and I want to provide you all with evergreen content, because at first I was doing videos where I just tell you how to apply, but I think that you all are smart enough to know how to apply. All the websites tell you how to apply, but I can bring in some perspectives to it that is going to tickle something in your brain to help you become that scholar that you're searching for and to get a fully funded scholarship. I'm going to see you all in the next one. Cheers.